productive. I'm just recording us because we're just talking about
That's
great
fine.
content, and we're like, actually, we're going to record this
Yeah.
because it's just raw stuff in the
Yeah.
business world.
And this is what we always said we were going to do. We always said it was going to be raw, but we've obviously, rightly so, had to go down a path with like a structure. But Sammy and I always, before we start our podcast, always start to have a little natter. We talk about what we've been up to the last week. We're basically like business mates. So we talk about what we've been doing and where we're at, etc., etc. And today we're just talking about something, and I was like, "Whoa, stop! This is
Press
podcast.
record.
Press record. This is content." So I don't really know how to backstep this one so that people know what we're on about. But
So we're talking about like business coaches and things like that, and how we all do the same sort of stuff, and it's about like referring people and like all of that sort of thing, and how sometimes people will ask, how do you put it? They'll ask you to refer them, but yet you do what they're asking you to refer them to do. So it's kind of
yeah.
like poaching.
So yeah, so basically what Sammy like I'm gonna give it in the nail and beauty industry. It's like the salon down the road who you're friendly with, right? Because we all want to be mates in this industry. We don't need to compete with each other. But the salon down the road is doing exactly the same as what you're doing, but sends you a message saying, have you got anybody in your salon that you would like, any clients that you'd like to refer to me? That is basically what it is. What? What? This is a big no go. It's a no go. And that's how it's got to be put into place. Like, Sammy and I do a lot of coaching. We love to help like businesses because we've both got businesses and been running them for years and years. We're massively experienced. And it's great. Like a lot of things will cross over. Um, I know there's people that I refer to this, that, and the other. I know I'll put some of Sammy's posts up when she's selling a course, vice versa, she does for me. So you can have a crossover, but when it is directly what you're doing, it's a no. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. So Sammy basically shocked me, and I was just got on my high horse, as you know I love to, and I was just like, no, don't do that.
Don't do it. No, it is kind
Yeah,
of like when it's what you do and like someone knows that you're quite, I don't know, tech savvy, or you are like the nail queen, or you're the waxing
yeah,
queen, or whatever it is that you do, and then they turn around and go, yeah, do you know anyone? And I'll give you some money for that if you can refer them, or you can just have a discount on whatever I'm offering. And it's a little bit like, I get it. Obviously, you've got to make sales and you're going to want people to refer you and you want people to help you out and you want a little hype team. That's fine. As long as it's not like the same shit.
it's got to be genuine, hasn't it? And like in our industry, I've really noticed over the years how we've got mega competitive with each other. We put each other down. It's like we've lost our compassion, we've lost our networking skills as well because we're all like behind a computer. But actually, networking is great. You can both be doing competitive things. You can both be competing in the same market. That's fine. You can still be friends. But what really, really pisses me off is when people pretend to be your friend while you're paying them and then they just do one and F off and then don't ever get in touch with you until they need money again. That's not okay. It's not okay.
Mm. I think it's one of them, like, I help people all the time.
I
And
know.
I think I've had clients that I've helped with business stuff. Like we've been just there. I'm working, doing my thing, and they've gone, "Oh, I've been doing this with work, and I don't really know. I'm not making any money. My classes cost this much. I have normally this many people." And I was like, right, okay, so how much are you earning for your time for that as well? Well, I don't really, I just cover the cost. Well, you need to pay yourself. So it's like then going to try and break it down. Like, how much is your rent? How much is this? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why am I helping you? Why, like, and it just automatically comes out. And I'm then trying to encourage them to be like, look, you deserve more. This is like what this, and they're like, thank you. They've then gone
Yeah.
away, they've reevaluated it, and they've gone, do you know what? I put my price up, and none of my clients had said anything. They said, bloody hell, about time. So it's a case of her having that confidence to then go to her clientele and say, I'm really sorry, guys, the way the cost of living's going, I really can't afford to keep it the price it is. I want to make it as affordable for you all as possible, but obviously I still need to pay for everything. I've had to put it up by £5 each per term, like a session per term, blah, blah, blah. They pay in like a bulk for like a 6 week period, and then they pay for the next term type thing. And you know what? She didn't lose a single client. She actually gained more clients from that. And she's gained the more confidence. She's then having more things on her social media, and it's just all these little things is then like, I've just helped someone
Yeah,
while I'm doing their nails
yeah,
without even thinking about it. But that doesn't mean that they need to pay me for that time all the time. Sometimes, if it's one to one and it's specific, and then yes, have a power hour with me and we will discuss it, and I will see where your gaps are and what way I would see it as a business mind to how you might not be seeing it.
yeah, yeah,
Because I
definitely.
think a lot of people don't get it, and they go into it, no idea, and you just need that one person to be like, have you thought about doing it this way? And then you go, yes.
Yeah.
Because I've done it with you. I've gone, Emma, I thought of this. What do you think? And then you've gone, how about if you do it this way instead? Yes, thank you.
We need,
Think of it like that.
but we all need that sounding board, don't we? And some of us don't get that sounding board at home, or like often I know my husband does not understand my job at all. He's just like, I don't know, he doesn't get it. And that's fine because I've got people like Sammy who does get it and who,
Me
yeah,
anything, and I'll try and help you wherever I can. Honestly,
yeah,
it doesn't even have to be business related. It could be
yeah.
life related. Like, I thought to myself the other day, I was like, I could be some form of life coach
Yeah, you said that to me recently.
because of the fact that I've experienced a lot in life
Yeah.
at the young age of 35. Um, I think I could genuinely help a lot of people along the way, like how to
Yeah.
overcome bullying, how to overcome like having like social anxiety, how to just be more confident in yourself and believing in yourself, and being able to open my own business
Yeah.
and succeed and be very successful, and being able to say no and having boundaries, whereas I wouldn't have had that years ago. Whereas, but like not just boundaries in business, boundaries in life.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You know, it's having that block button in real
Yeah.
life. You can't just block them on Facebook. You can literally block them from your life and you don't have to worry about it. Don't waste my time.
Can you do the hand move again, please, Sammy? That was pretty
Don't
spectacular.
waste my time. It is. It's literally a case of I I ain't wasting, like, don't waste my time. Like, I've even had it in jobs, or like people just not turning up. Like, don't
Yeah.
waste my time because I will not, just don't tolerate it. Whereas 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh my God, my client didn't turn up. Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. I let them off. Whereas now I'm like, duh, duh, duh. Hello, I know where you live. You know, you owe me money. You didn't show up. And people respect me for that because they're like,
Yeah.
well, I'm a businesswoman. I'm giving you a service. You said that you're going to make it, you're going to be there, blah, 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 blah. By booking in with me, you have stated that you are quite happy to pay for my time. If you do not turn up, you now owe me money. You wasted my time.
Do you know, when I first met Craig, we were like, yeah, I mean, we like most relationships, we fell in like head over heels early days, you know, the way you do. And he had a house and he'd given me a set of keys to his house. I was going to be moving in that Easter. I know, it was really exciting. He'd asked me to move in really quick and I was a bit like, no, I'm a bit scared. Let's make it 6 months. So I moved in with him at 6 months after we got together. So it was Easter. I think it was Easter. Anyway, whenever it was, it doesn't really matter. Thursday before Easter, I'd broken up from work and I drove straight to his house. I had my keys, so I let myself in. He was going to be there after work, right? That was a discussion we had. I was going back to his house, starting our bank holiday, as you do. So I opened a bottle of wine and I had a couple of glasses, and the time was going on and he still wasn't there. At 9:30, he still wasn't there, and I was fuming at this point. I was so furious. I was more furious because I'd drunk too much to drive, and I honestly think that if I hadn't have drunk, I'd have driven home and I would have dumped him on this, right? I was like, so
Okay.
like, how dare you? Anyway, and I hadn't heard anything from him. He hadn't even apologised. He hadn't messaged to say, I've stayed for a drink after work. It was just radio silence. We've been together, we must have been together about 5 months or so. So it wasn't really like long in. But yes, I definitely would have jumped in. Craig, if you're listening, you got off light there. But when he did eventually turn up, I messed it up, right? Because I had every right to have a go at him, and I was like, how dare you disrespect me and disrespect my time and think your time is more important than mine? I've been sat in your house waiting for you. How dare you, like, not communicate with me? That's all good. It's all going well here because I'm absolutely right, putting my boundaries in, saying you're not okay, disrespectful. Until then, I turned around and I said, I could have gone to the gym tonight. And he looked at me and he burst out laughing. He was like, you wouldn't have gone to the gym anyway, Emma. Why are you saying that? And I was like, shit, why did I say the gym? Because absolutely, I was so right. He took the piss out of me that night. He massively took the piss out of me. But I was like, I could have gone to the gym and I could have done this. Yeah, I ruined it with that. But it's so important to have your boundaries because people will walk all over you and your time is important.
Have you ever had it right where you're in a supermarket doing your food shop during a working hours day,
Yeah.
right? Bearing in mind you're self-employed and you can work whenever you want, and you bump into a client that's a bit flaky or whatever, and they turn around and go, I thought you couldn't get me in because you were busy. Well, yeah, I am busy. I'm doing my fucking food shopping. But you could have done my nails. Yeah, well, also you're food shopping. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
clearly you need food too.
Yeah.
And it's just having that kind of like boundary. Say, well, no, I've time blocked my day and I've gone, do you know what? I need to do a food shop because I need to feed my family. I need to do the housework, or I've got a doctor's appointment, or I've got a dentist appointment, or I need to go and do this, or I need that to do. I've got a gym class to go to because I need to think about my health as well. And it's like, well, I need you to do 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Yeah, I don't work Saturdays. Why? Because I have children and I go and take my son to football or I go to the gym or whatever I want to do on my weekend because I don't work. I clearly state on my website that I work Monday to Friday and I work plenty of hours in that Monday to Friday to accommodate. If you can't accommodate, that's not my
Yeah.
problem.
You're not a good match, are you? Basically, they're not your
Yeah.
ideal.
And it's okay to not take on every client.
Yes.
Because I had a message the other day. I'm actually going to share this purely for the fact that I actually put it on one of my TikToks the other day because I was
You.
like, I did. I was just like, so I had a woman message me and she was just like, hi, I don't know what to book. I'm booking in for my 13-year-old daughter for gel nails with nail art but she has short bitten nails. No, 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 and no. So I left it about 6 days before I responded because I just purely just didn't want to even respond. But then I thought, oh, I better be a better person. I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry. I missed your message, but I'm not actually insured to do a 13-year-old with gel polish. And I, for that, oh, she wanted it in half term as well. I don't work half term because it's May half term, so I'm having it off with my kids. And yeah, I was just like, so she never responded to me, but I was like, right, okay, I will respond and just basically like, no, I can't do your daughter's nails. No, go somewhere else that doesn't care. But I won't do it because it's not. You shouldn't be doing it on a 13-year-old. She's got short and bitten nails. What were you even going to be working with? And
Yeah.
then it was a case of like, but I'm more than happy to do your nails, but I can't physically do your daughter's because I'm just not insured to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And it's not what I do. And yeah, she's ghosted me, but do you know what? That's fine because I just thought to myself, no. But then I've had another lady message me on a Sunday and she's like, hey, I want to book in at the end of the week because she'd seen a space, but I didn't know what to book. This is what my nails are like, blah, 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 blah. I've been recommended to use Biab, blah, 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 blah. And I responded literally within 10 minutes of her sending the message because it's then come through. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't expect you to reply to me on a Sunday. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Blah, 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 blah. You've been really helpful because I asked for some pictures of what I was working with, etc. And then I recommended what to book in, blah, blah, blah. And she's booked in and she's like, I'm really looking forward to meeting you, blah, blah, blah. So there's a difference. I think when you have some like, okay, I don't work Sundays, but what was I doing? Sunbathing in my garden. Does it really matter? It's like, oh, I've got a message. Let's see what that says.
Yeah.
I'm going to respond if I feel like I want to
If
respond.
you
But if
can,
I'm out with my family and I'm on a day out, I'm probably not going to respond
definitely,
until I can or I
definitely.
remember.
Oh yeah, I've got it on my list about somebody that had to respond to so and so, respond to so and so. It's all on my list.
If you don't, though, you do forget. I genuinely do forget sometimes. Or my notifications on my phone have been really weird. Like, yeah, so like I have to physically go into Messenger to get my Messenger messages. Otherwise, I don't get them. But I checked my notifications and they're set to on. And then it was the same with like WhatsApp. Unless I go into my WhatsApp, I don't always get the messages come through. And
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
weird.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's what.
What's 033?
What is that a phone number?
0330.
I don't know. Do you ever do that like what's my number type
It
thing?
says spam.
I love a spam
Probably
sandwich.
spam then. Scam caller. Hello. Can I help you? Can I steal your money off you today? Trust me, I'm not a con artist.
I know, terrible. But yeah, boundaries are mega important. They are so, so important. And you're right, you've got to do what feels right for you and your business. The
Mm,
one, God, I wish I'd learnt this earlier, but having a family made me put my boundaries in place. And it was only having Ellis that I started to think, and even recently, even now he's 6 and I still have to like sort this brain out to think, okay, family first, because I'm
mhm,
so like conditioned to put work first. I was self-employed at 23. And so from that moment at 23, when I started it, I had no commitments. I probably had a boyfriend, but I had energy as well, and probably worked every hour that God sent and made a lot of money because of it. Whereas and it's been really hard to recondition my brain to not just be business, business, business. But having a kid definitely has helped. And actually, my clients are really respectful of that now as well. I think over the years, I've cut my hours down, lost the ones that aren't happy with the fact that they can't come in on school holidays or they can't book 6 months in advance. And it's okay. Do you know what? I've still got a business. I'm still here. I'm still surviving, but I've definitely got a better balance from those boundaries. Definitely.
yeah, me book it like I've booked May half term. For like I worked most of Easter. I had like the odd days off in the week because I was like, we're not doing anything. So I said to the kids, right, are you happy for mummy to work? And we'll still do bits and bobs of like long weekends and things like that. But are you happy for me to still have the odd client in? So I reduced my hours
Yeah.
massively, but I still worked. Whereas like May half term, I was like, well, it's only a week. It's not 2 weeks. So I can take the whole week off, do something with the kids, go and visit family, or just
Yeah.
actually chill.
Yeah. I know.
It's okay. And then it will come to like the summer holidays. I'm not going to take 6 weeks off in the summer
No.
holidays. That would be stupid. I take a week off in August or two, depending on whether we're going on holiday or not. But because we're not going on holiday this year, I've decided I'll take a week off, like in the middle of the summer holidays, and then my clients work around it. So I'm still there for my clients to go on holiday, still to get all their bits and bobs done. But because I go away in October for my holiday, then it's a case of my clients have now booked either side of my holiday
Yeah.
to make sure that they're in. But I just think, and then one of them, she says, well, I booked up to like November, so I might as well put my December one in. And I was like, do you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've already blocked out my entire year of when I want my time off and
Yeah.
when I've got this or when I've got that. I personally prefer to book it
Yeah.
in advance,
Yeah.
but only up to certain points, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Or if
Does
you're
make
like
sense.
my evening clients, I tend to give them a bit more priority because there's less evening clients, less evenings I do.
Yeah.
So it's a case of get them sorted because they come on
Yeah.
a set day, time, or whatever.
Yeah.
Say that though, I did have a lady message me the other day. Oh, hi, you were recommended to me, blah, 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 blah. I can only do an evening or a Wednesday. So this was like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, okay, let me have a look, see what I've got. My next Wednesday appointment wasn't till the 4th of June, like during the day on a Wednesday. My next evening appointment wasn't until the 30th of June. And she was like, "Oh, wow." I was like,
Yeah.
"I have other appointments available on different days if you could make it work." And it's like, then I've handed over, like, that's what I've got available. So there's
Absolutely.
my booking system. If you want
Yeah.
to go on a cancellation list, you're more than welcome to go on my cancellation list. sort of
Yeah.
waitlisting. But I think I just kind of I like the clients I have.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
so I'm not always looking for new clients
Yeah.
because I don't want to get to the point where I then can't fit my clients in. But I would never not take new clients on.
Yeah.
I see it all the time where people are like, oh, not taking on any new clients. And then I go, okay, so if you're not taking on any new clients, fair enough, if you don't actually have any room for them. But then what if you get the natural drop off where people just stop coming or they can't afford it and they just cancel their appointments without just saying, oh, I just can't afford it. They just cancel and ghost you, or they will just not rebook or whatever because they
Yeah.
just what
There's a
like they
cycle.
might not be able to afford it, or they might just found someone else. You're just not the person for them. But naturally, you're always going to have a drop off of people.
Always.
In
It's the
whatever
cycle of
industry you do,
cycle of
you'll
life.
always have it.
Yeah. I have been in the industry for like over 25. I'm 45 now, so a long, long time. And in all my years, I've been really privileged to be fully booked for the majority of my career. But I always get to a point where I'm so busy, my clients will drop off. And the reason they drop off is because they can't fit in with me. So they know that they need to go elsewhere to be able to get either the times they want, the days they want, a little bit more flexibility. In which case, then it's lovely for a short period because you don't feel that like, oh my God, I can't fit everybody in. Everybody fits in, it all slots in nicely. But if you stop taking those new bookings in, then you really are going to be at a point then where it is just a natural shed. You are going to be empty. And it's scary. It happens over and over. I've seen it so many times in my career. I get really busy, then I get a bit quieter, then I get really busy, then I get a bit quieter. It's just a cycle of it. But don't, I mean, what you could be doing at that point, though, is looking at what your most profitable treatments are and most profitable
Mm.
services are. And maybe you don't take in somebody that's going to pay you 20 quid for an hour, but maybe you fit in the people that are going to pay you £40 an hour or £50 an hour. And maybe you're looking at it a little bit more objectively that way. That might be the way to do it. Yeah, don't put my bookings are like closed. I mean, blah, don't do it.
Yeah, I did. I saw it on Instagram the other day. Someone put
Oh,
up, I don't even know who it was. I think she was just doing the scroll of doom and it came up and it was like, sorry guys, not taking on any new clients in big bold letters, like not taking any new clients. And I was like, why would you advertise that?
yeah,
Just don't book them in.
yeah,
Like I remember, it was a long time ago now, and someone had told me, I couldn't tell you who it was, but someone had told me at one point, don't advertise your prices and stuff on your social media all the time. Have it in your booking system, or like if someone asks you how much is it, blah 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 blah. So it is available, your prices, but don't always have it like, boom, this is my price list. Because if you then decide that you need to put your prices up, you then feel bad about putting your prices up because everyone can see what your prices are. And then they'll be like, oh, I can't believe you put it up by 12%. Or, oh my God, I can't believe you put it up by 3%. Or whatever it may be. Because you might look at your price and go, Jesus Christ, I need to add a tenner on every appointment, on
very
everything,
true.
because of the fact that I've been undercharging so much that to make a living, I need to put this. And then it'd be a case of, okay, you give a grace period to your clients that you already have. You explain to them, I'm really sorry, blah, blah, blah. But you don't need to advertise it to the people that have never been to before because they won't know any different.
Yeah, definitely. I am still going to a lady. I'm looking as though it's in past. The lady that does my massage, when I first started with
Mm.
her, I'm sure she was about 50 or 55 because I remember thinking she was really cheap. Um, and then one time I turned up to pay and it had gone up and I didn't know it had gone up. But do you know what? I still go to her and I still think that it's still worth every penny I pay for it. And, it never annoyed me because but you're right, it wasn't all over her stuff. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to put a price increase in, and it's going to be £5. Because actually, when you see in black and white, of oh my god, my appointment's going up by £10. Oh my god, that £10 like my coffee. But actually, you turn up for it. You just tell everyone you got a price increase. Fine, that's it. People will pay or they won't. Simple. But have your backup of clients ready.
Yeah, I think people will I don't know. I think it was like something I was talking to one of my clients about, and it was like hairdressers and stuff. And it was a case of like, she was like, oh, they're really expensive. And obviously, for me, I didn't find that hairdresser really expensive. I found them very, very cheap. Like,
Okay.
what are you putting on your hair if they're charging that much? Like, are they actually paying themselves?
Yeah.
What products are they using? Like, it made me then question, like, like, this is a proper salon that they were going to, right? And then I was like thinking about the salon I go to and how much I pay for my hair. And I was thinking, but then I get a different service.
Yeah.
So where she's going in, getting a wash, cut, colour, whatever, and she's paying 80 quid, and her hair comes out and it looks pretty base, mediocre. But she's not had the really nice head massage. She's not had the wash that bit off because that bit's
Yeah.
developed.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we've put highlights in, we're going to wash that bit off because that bit's now ready, but this bit's not. So we're going to leave this bit to carry on, and then we'll wash that bit off when that time's ready. And, then we're going to put a toner on, then we're going to do a head massage, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to put a treatment in there just to make sure it's all lovely. And then we're going to style it, and then blah, blah, blah. And here's a coffee, here's a cake, here's a this, here's a that, and you are treated like you're there for a
Yeah.
pamper.
I agree.
But then you go to a salon and you sit down on the chair, they're doing your hair, but they're also doing that lady's hair, and they're doing that lady's hair in the same time as they're doing your hair. Your hair is then over processed. And then it's a case of you then got the trainee washing your hair off, and then you've got someone else blow drying your hair, and then the hairdresser that's supposed to be doing your hair is not actually doing your hair.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no wonder I paid 80 quid.
Absolutely. I agree with that, Sammy. I used to go to a salon that to be fair, I really, really like it. Um, but I started working then in a hair salon, so I rent a room in a hair salon. So it was that like I
Mm,
can't not have my hair
go
done
there.
there.
Yeah.
Those sort of like unwritten rules. But the salon I used to go to, I really liked. And at the time, it felt expensive because I've been going to see a friend. One of my friends had been doing my hair for years and years and years in a hair salon, but and so I had massive, massive discount all the time. So I went to this salon and I thought it was really expensive. And then I was like, oh, do you know what? Actually, it is worth every penny. You are bang on there. They would give me like a hot chocolate out of a lovely hot chocolate machine. I'd have a lovely massage. It was just a really nice experience. And when I compare that to other salons that are same prices, the value just isn't there in the other places. And I know it's harder. I know it makes you more profitable to not include, I don't know, treatment or, I mean, to be fair, you're paying for your treatment anyway, aren't you? But to not include a nice hot chocolate. I know it's more profitable, but it's not in the long term. It's not in the long term. Sourcing low cost products, rubbish brands, is not going to make you more profitable in the long term because the salon that I was going to used a really good brand. The colour lasted really, really well versus the other place that's not so good. Where would I go? I would choose to go to the more expensive one or the one that costs the same. Just doesn't make sense. And that one was always busy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to a salon, so I actually spoke to my hairdresser about this, and she was saying like when she does like a balayage, she will just spend that one. You will be their only client for that because it's a
Yeah.
niche, like it's a speciality type of hairstyle, right? So she's like, the amount of time I have to spend checking your hair, doing these little things, I would rather, obviously, with the cost of how much it costs, spend that one-to-one time with you. Yes, I could have two clients in the same time. One's having a wash, one's having a blow dry, one's having whatever. She said I could have two clients, but I tried it, and we've only got this many basins, and if there's so many people in, we can't all do it at the same time. Whereas they'd rather charge that little bit more to cover the cost, give you the better hair treatment, give you the better things. I mean, the products they use are like top quality products in the salon. Like, when you look around and you can see it all just on the side, and you're like, yeah, okay, they're using like professional products
Yes. Yes.
to
Yes.
get the
Yes.
longevity out of your hair. They recommend the good shampoos to
Yeah.
use to protect your hair. Like, I learned something new when I was last in there, and it was, when you get like the shampoo and it says like for color treated hair,
Yeah.
if you're blonde,
Yeah.
you do not need color treated hair
Really?
because your hair's not colored, it's bleached, which means you need something for more moisturizing and dry hair.
Sammy, that's very good knowledge.
And I was like, that makes so much sense. Because people would go and use a coloured hair shampoo with their
Yeah,
bleach blonde hair and be like, my hair's really dry and
yeah,
straw-like. And it's like, yeah, but are you using serums? Are you using a shampoo that's actually specifically for dry, damaged hair? Because your hair's going to be damaged and dry because you've just whacked a load of bleach on it. It's not
yeah,
coloured, whereas if it was tinted with a colour, that's what you want to protect. You're protecting the colour from the tint. And I was like,
yeah. That's interesting.
genius.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to go on a tangent with that though, because I know this is again, once again, like over there to where we started over here. But again, that totally is the educating your client, isn't it? Like you educate your client. I mean, Sammy is now telling us this knowledge, but if you'd had bleached hair, you would have bought one of their colours, I bet. Colours, one of their shampoos, I bet. You'd have been like, oh, well, I didn't know that actually. You know what? I'll try that. That's
Or like she
education.
recommended a shampoo to me to use because she used it on my hair. My hair was lovely, and I keep watching it online. Like, am I going to pay that much? I'm going to watch the prices do this all the time. So I'm waiting for it to be on a good price, and then I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay full price because I know that you do it cheaper.
I find this really hard in our industry though, because I know that I've got like, I don't know, cards to warehouses and like, and my card means that I can buy hair stuff, I can obviously buy beauty stuff, anything in there. And I've always found that really hard over the years when there's certain brands that the hairdressers recommend that I know they sell in the warehouse, and it's really hard. Yeah, I'm really sorry, I want to help you out, but you know what? I'm going to get it for 40% less in the warehouse.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, 'cause I know that you put the RRP on top.
Yeah, it's really hard, isn't it, when you do this because we have got our industry cards. So it's like skincare as well. Like I know that I could go somewhere and they could recommend this product for me. I know I could just sign up and get like a professional account with them then. Like, I'm so sorry. But just
You've got to save where you've got to save at the end of the
you have
day.
got to say what you got
That's
to
why
say.
I ended up doing like my affiliate stuff because I'm
Yeah,
like I would rather be able to get my client 5 or 10% off getting some like cuticle oil or
yeah.
whatever it may be because I think I would rather be able to get you that discount because everyone loves a discount code.
What's I do?
But I think you're right though, like she recommended a shampoo to me and I've been keeping my eye out. But at the moment I've got another shampoo that she'd
Yeah,
recommended beforehand.
yeah,
So it's kind of like, and I've really liked it. So
yeah,
it's like kind of like, oh, but I was talking to a lady the other day and it was she was saying she had really straw blonde hair and it was all like broken and things like that. And I'm like, do you put any like treatments in your hair? Do you like put serums in? Do you do any of these things? And she was like, no, I just use the shampoo from the supermarket. Well, that's why your hair's gone to shit because you're not
Sammy,
looking after it.
you just honestly, you are full a font of free knowledge for everybody.
I
Like
am.
we go back to
I've
the
got
beginning
so
here.
much knowledge in my brain that I just don't can't help it. But it's useful
It
information.
is useful information. I think when you do this job, you gain loads of info, though, don't you? Because your clients' experiences, they talk about it. You see everything. It's just great. You are able to then just be this like, have you thought about this? And it isn't even related to.
What
Right,
you
I've
do.
got this. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I love it. Love it. We looking at our timer, Sammy. We might have to wrap this one up.
I know it's getting on a bit, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, sorry, everybody.
This is what happens. We just end up going on a little chat, and then
Yeah,
I go, "Oh my God, yeah, we should probably just press record."
yeah,
Can't think that gold content that we wouldn't have had.
I know.
Um, yeah, it's been nice. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. It's been nice to have a little break, but at the same time, I have
Yeah.
missed it. I must admit.
Yeah, it has. It's been good. But how quick has that time gone?
I know we literally had like what a couple of what was it, about a month off,
About a month off. About a month, and it
and
has
it's
gone
like
fast.
boom.
Yeah, it's gone mega fast. No, I do feel like that. But I do feel like so much stuff's happened as well in that time.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that could be next week's podcast, Sammy, where we talk about what we've been up to in our month off.
But to be fair, I can't actually remember what I've done.
What?
Like no, genuinely, like
I can tell you what you've done.
you could probably tell me what I've done. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you the content.
You're like Sammy. What have you been doing? Well, I went to Thorpe Park and I Hyperia. Oh my days.
I will be like going through my messenger messages, and Sammy, you did this and you've done that, and you're like,
And I go, oh
Yeah, do you remember when I was going to be a life coach?
Yeah, that was one of them little things that popped in my brain at like 1 in the morning. And I've gone, oh, maybe I should do this.
Before we wrap it up, do you know what? On my phone, actually, in my notes, let me find my notes to see what I've actually titled it. I have got a section. It's called Brilliant Ideas.
I love this. Come on.
And it is honestly because whenever I get that little nugget, I'm like, right, quick, write it down in my brilliant ideas notes. Otherwise, I never find my notes. So there you go. There's a little tip for everybody for the next week. Brilliant ideas in your notes, please. Right. Yeah, we should stop this.
Okay. Right. Well, thanks for watching, and we will be seeing you again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your
Yes.
friends.
Cheerio, everyone.
Bye.